What's going on, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? Here we are, Saturday evening, not Saturday morning, but Saturday evening. We're here back again with some news that you can use. So, hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. I hope everybody has had a great weekend. It's becoming a regular now that I'm working on Saturdays, and it's basically taking me out of my comfort zone. But I always say, whenever you work on the weekend, it's always greater later. So, with that being said, I'd like to say thank you to all the subscribers. We have surpassed the 600 mark, and we're continuing moving right on up the scales. We're going to hit that 1K before you know it. But I want to say thank you to everyone that's a part of this channel, a part of this Cowboy Huddle where we come together and talk Cowboy talk. So, with that being said, I'd like to get right on into this and not hold you too long, but I want to share something with you guys. And I don't know if it's been reported, I don't know if anybody has seen it, but I know we're in July and we have just celebrated the Independence Day of America. But I also want to recognize the recognition of the independence of slavery, which was back on June 19th. Come to find out, June 17th of 2021 was actually the day that it became a federal holiday. And there was an individual that had a lot to do with Juneteenth becoming a federal holiday. 1865 was the day that people here in Texas actually found out that they was actually free from slavery, and the Emancipation, the Proclamation had announced that all slaves were to be free back in 1863, but we were a little late about getting the news. And this was a day that we now call Juneteenth, and we celebrate this day. But again, there was a lot that went along with what where we are today, and there's a reason why it is now a federal holiday. And I would like to share with you. I don't know, maybe you guys seen it or not, but I want to share this memorial moment with you with an individual, an activist that had pushed for years and years to make this happen. And her name is Miss Opal Lee. Now, Miss Opal Lee is an activist right here in Fort Worth. She's 93 years old, and she walked for miles for years to make sure that her voice was heard and her walk was seen to make this day a federal holiday. Now, the Cowboys have this on their page. I don't know how much publication or publicity that it received, but if it hadn't received any publication or any recognition, I want to be the first from the Cowboy Huddle to share this. So in this video here, you have Miss Opal Lee right there, which is the activist grandmother of Juneteenth. And it was her that flew to Washington, D.C. and sat with Joe Biden and basically, was it was confirmed to her by Joe Biden and the legislature that it had been confirmed that Juneteenth was a federal holiday. So this young lady, this 93 young lady, is sitting here with uh, a few Cowboy players. One is C.J. Goodwin, which is got C.J. Goodwin is a big dude. I didn't know he was that big. Then there's Jordan Lewis, and then there's the Fort Worth native Tyler Smith. And she sat and she spoke with these young men, and I think it was just a great um, interview and things that she had to say to these young men and the response they had. So I wanted to share this with you guys, and so you guys can see exactly what took place. So let's take a listen to Miss Opal Lee and what she had to say to these young Dallas Cowboy players. So let's get into this real quick. I think this is just unique, but I just don't think it got enough publicity. So we're going to give it more publicity here on our channel.
I'm delighted to be here, to be this close to Cowboys. I mean, these young fellas I see on the television, and they are beautiful. I tell you, and all that gear and paint they have on, you don't really know what they look like. Pads and stuff, but they're wonderful. And may I ask, where did you grow up and what you know about Juneteenth?
I grew up in Welling, West Virginia. Growing up, my dad was the president of my chapter of the NAACP, so he kind of installed in us everything about Juneteenth and about Black history. So we kind of grew up, deep into Black history.
Well, think about it, because I'm going to ask you some more about Juneteenth.
Yes,
Here,
ma'am.
you know, tell me about you and Juneteenth.
So I'm from Detroit, Michigan. So like most of my family migrated from the South. So we really didn't celebrate it when we were younger, but we did have a sense of self, so we understood that, that it was something to be celebrated, to be Black, and celebrate being free.
Be black and beautiful like you are. All right. What about you, son?
So I grew up here in Fort Worth, Texas.
I don't believe it.
Or believe it. But what I know about Juneteenth is, essentially, so my mom's a liberal arts major. She was a social studies teacher for a long time, middle school. So I gotta be careful when I say this because she don't nitpick me. But essentially, when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed and it freed the slaves, like not every slave in the South was told. And so Juneteenth was kind of when those slaves who didn't know that they were free were kind of, when they gained the knowledge that, they were actually free. And I say free loosely because, even after it happened, there was a lot after that kind of kept them in chains, society-wise, so to speak. That's kind of a little bit of what I know, but it is celebrated in our house. And, we were always mindful of it growing up and kind of about our history and whatnot.
So all of us here have big names, big brands, got our social media following. We sitting right here with a legend. Like, yeah, you.
Little old lady in tennis shoes, getting in everybody else's business and having a good time doing it.
Definitely. So what does that mean to y'all to be sitting with somebody of such importance?
I'm just like their granny.
Like Tyler said, man, it's knowledge. It's knowledge. I mean, if you don't understand where you came from, it's very easy to be taken advantage of. So we got the encyclopedia right here. So I mean, if you we gonna just try to soak up everything we can. I mean, we like you said, we weren't taught this in history class. We weren't taught this in social studies. So like, this is a perfect time to get all my questions out about our history.
I want you to make yourself a committee of one to change somebody's mind.
Wow.
You know the people who aren't on the same page you on. Change their minds. If people can be taught to hate, they can be taught to love. And it's up to you to do it. And you can't do it in a day. It's going to take work. So, I want you young people to be aware that there is work to be done. Juneteenth, what is it? It's freedom. And we ought to celebrate from the 19th of June to the 4th of July. I don't mean just festival. There's too much that we need to do, too much education-wise. But we can do something about it. And we should do something about it. And I'm not just talking about Black people. I'm talking about all people.
Wow. Is that not powerful or what? Come on, man. I don't know how much attention that this received, but I've never seen this video. And maybe I just missed it. And I don't know if you guys. personally, guys, this was not my intention. I was planning to go over the roster and of the 53 man, and that's what I have it titled. I was going to change it, but I'm going to leave it exactly where it is. But personally, I don't think that this got enough publicity and for what she has achieved and what she has accomplished and what she has done to make sure that man and woman receives equality. It's something major that needs to be talked about. So hats off to Opal Lee, hats off to Jordan Lewis, CJ Goodwin, and Tyler Smith. We're doing something outside of football and taking time to listen, to receive knowledge from one of the greatest, a walking dictionary, a walking historian. And again, like she said, it won't happen in a day, but it will happen. So I just wanted to take this time. This is not where I wanted the video to go, but there's no way I could pass it up. So again, the same way we celebrate the 4th of July, we're going to continue to celebrate Juneteenth. It's all about freedom, and everybody deserves to be free. So with that being said, guys, I'm not going to hold you any longer. I was just totally moved with that, just seeing that video, and I want to share with you guys. And it was just great to see her take out time with these individuals and share her knowledge with these individuals. So great video. Again, I'm not sure if you guys actually had a chance to hear it or see it, but there it is. This is what we do on the Cowboy Huddle. We tell the truth. We don't apologize. And it's not a politically correct network or YouTube channel. So thank you, Opal Lee. Thank you, CJ Goodwin. Thank you, Tyler Smith. Thank you, Jordan Lewis, for the moment that you shared with Miss Opal Lee. I'm G, the #1 Cowboy fan, Hampton. And like I always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it